child of the First War, forgotten by the Second. They called it Metroland. Well, they did back then, but we're calling it Secrets of the Metropolitan line. Now, Chesham used to have 3 platforms. One of them you can still see here. It's been turned into a garden which won a competition back in 1993. Best of all though, I do like the old water tower, which is still there from the days of steam. So we're on the single line between Chesham and Chalfont. It takes about 7 minutes to travel in total. It is the longest distance between 2 stations anywhere on the London Underground network. And Chesham trains used to arrive at Chalfont on platform 3. And this is where the 4-car shuttle that used to run between here, when it was old A-Stock, and Chesham. It's a shame. If it had still been running today, it would have been the only place on the Underground where 4-car trains run back and forth. So we're in the beautiful sunshine at Amersham Station, the furthest west that the London Underground goes. Or is it? Chesham Station is actually slightly further west than Amersham on a public train. However, if you're a driver, when you leave Amersham Station and you go into the sidings that are just beyond the station, at that point you are further west than Chesham. Now, back in the day, by which we mean the late 19th century, the Metropolitan Railway actually extended beyond Amersham to Aylesbury, Quainton Road, Brill, and even a place called Verney Junction. Where the hell is that? So at Watford, it's not so much a thing to see, but a last chance to see. If you've never been to Watford Station, go soon. In a couple of years, when they extend the line from Croxley to Watford Junction, Watford Met, the terminus here, will close completely and will come off the London Underground map. I'm standing under the newest part of the Metropolitan line, which isn't here yet because it's a bridge that hasn't been built. But it should be built by 2018, heading off east after Croxley, cutting off Watford and heading towards Watford Junction instead. And where the old abandoned British Rail Croxley Green line is, it will run down and connect up with Watford Junction Station. And the tube will have a whole bunch of new stations added to the map. So we've just left Croxley heading south, and I need you to look out this window for a secret piece of track called the North Curve, which links Croxley to Rickmansworth Station. Now, 1 train a day leaves Rickmansworth about 5 in the morning going to Croxley and Watford. There it is. And 1 leaves at about midnight coming out of Watford, going back to Rickmansworth. Now, a fan of the tube I may be, but I wasn't prepared to get up at 4 AM to go and get the 5 AM train from Chesham that goes round the curve to Watford. So instead, we got a shot of where the track goes round the curve and actually under this bridge, which may be the only point of the London Underground that goes sort of underground outside of London. Oh, and here's an animation to show how it might look on the map if it were actually on the tube map, which it isn't. Next, we stopped at Moor Park Station to walk down this corridor, used by Art on the Underground for some very nice posters, to track down and locate the Sandy Lodge entrance and exit. So this is some of the famous countryside that Metroland is famous for. Trees and pathways going off in all directions. And you get to it by coming to the secret entrance exit at Moor Park Station, which is not at the front, but around the back up some steps. And I bet there are people that commute to London every day from this station that have never been in or out this way. We headed south and got to a point where we wanted to reminisce about the good old days of steam at Rickmansworth. Chalfont, not the only Metropolitan line station with an abandoned platform. Rickmansworth, down this end, has also got an old platform. It was used up until 1961. This is the point where steam trains used to start and electric trains used to stop. You would come out of London, get off your electric train, get onto a steam train and carry up on into Buckinghamshire. So we've changed at Harrow Hill. We're heading west again, this time to Uxbridge to finish there. Now, we haven't done the section beyond Wembley Park because there are some disused stations which we're going to cover another time instead. Keep an eye out for the abandoned tube station video, which I think we'll do at some point in the future. We made a quick stop at Ruislip Manor to check out this really lovely clock. I love it. And then on to the end of the line at Uxbridge, which gave us a question. But is it a Piccadilly or Metropolitan line station? Especially when I tell you that Charles Holden designed this to mirror Cockfosters at the other end of the Piccadilly line. We say it's a Met line station because more Met trains call here. And here are some of the cool things to look out for. These winged wheels above the entrance to the station may help you fly into work. But before you do, take a moment to admire the many original features, including the stained glass windows and these 1-penny weighing machines that are still on the platforms. So at the end of the line, we bring to an end this whole series of videos. We've done all 11 lines now on the Underground. If you have, or especially if you haven't watched any of the previous ones, now's the time to click on YouTube on screen and go back and watch some of them. And that is the end of the series. Sad, I know, unless of course we do maybe the Overground or DLR next. We'll see.